A single cruise port may earn money from a ship before it even docks. Stay with me for a few minutes, and you may never look at a cruise ship the same way again. By the end of this video, you'll understand how mega cruise ports actually make their money, why owning one can be far more powerful than owning the ships themselves, and how a quiet dock can turn into a massive business. Let's start with something simple. When people think about the cruise industry, they usually picture giant ships, swimming pools on deck, and buffets that never seem to end. But there's another side to this business that most passengers never think about: the port itself, the place where the ship actually docks. Think of it like a busy airport. Airlines get a lot of attention, but airports quietly earn money from almost everything that happens around the planes. Cruise ports may work in a very similar way, earning money from ships, passengers, and businesses nearby, often without passengers even realizing it. Ships pay just to dock, before passengers even step off a cruise ship. The cruise company usually has to pay the port a docking fee. This fee may cover the right to use the port's space, its equipment, and its staff, simply for the ship to sit there for a few hours. This might seem like a small detail, but when you consider that some ports may host multiple massive ships every single day, these docking fees can add up to a significant amount of income. A large port with a busy schedule may earn steady money simply from ships arriving and leaving, even before any passenger spends a single dollar on shore. Here's a small example. Imagine a large parking garage that charges based on how big your vehicle is and how long it stays. A cruise port may work in a similar way, except instead of cars, it's charging massive ships that carry thousands of passengers at once. Have you ever wondered if cruise ships actually pay a fee just to park at a port? Drop your guess in the comments. Passenger fees can add up quickly. On top of docking fees, many ports may also charge a small fee for every passenger who steps off the ship. This is sometimes called a passenger head tax or port fee, and it's usually already included in the price of your cruise ticket, even if you never notice it. While this fee might seem small for one person, multiply it by thousands of passengers on a single ship, and multiply that again by multiple ships arriving in a single day. The total amount collected by the port can become quite large, simply from people walking off the ship and onto land. This is a bit like a small entry fee at a popular attraction. One ticket alone might not seem like much, but when thousands of people visit every day, that small fee can turn into a major source of income over time. Shops and restaurants near the port are no accident. Have you ever noticed how cruise ports are often surrounded by souvenir shops, restaurants, and tour booths, almost like a mini shopping area? This isn't just convenient placement, it's often carefully planned, since ports may earn extra money by renting out these spaces to local businesses. When passengers only have a few hours before their ship leaves again, they may naturally shop closer to the port instead of exploring farther into the city. This creates a valuable high-traffic area where businesses may be willing to pay higher rent just to have a location that guarantees a steady stream of customers. Think of it like the shops inside an airport. Prices might be a little higher, but the businesses know they have thousands of potential customers walking by every single day, especially during a short window of time. Quick question, have you ever shopped right near a cruise port during a short stop? Let me know in the comments. Excursions and tours may bring in extra revenue. Many cruise ports may work closely with local tour companies, offering excursions like city tours, beach trips, or cultural experiences for passengers during their short time on land. In some cases, the cruise line or the port itself may take a percentage of the money earned from these tours. This creates a system where multiple groups can benefit at once. The tour company earns money from selling the experience. The port may earn a percentage for helping arrange it, and the cruise line may also take a small cut for promoting the tour to passengers before they even arrive. This layered system means that a single passenger's shore excursion might actually generate income for several different businesses at the same time, not just the tour guide leading the group. Some ports are owned directly by cruise companies. Here's an interesting twist. In some cases, large cruise companies may actually own or control certain ports themselves, sometimes even building private islands or exclusive port areas just for their own ships. When a cruise company owns the port, it doesn't need to pay docking fees to anyone else, and it may also control all nearby shops, restaurants, and activities. This means the company can keep all of that income within its own business, instead of sharing it with an outside port owner. This is similar to a company owning both a factory and the stores that sell its products. By controlling both ends of the business, the company may keep a much larger share of the total profit, rather than splitting it with other partners along the way. Did you know some cruise companies may own entire private islands just for their own passengers? Share your thoughts in the comments. Bigger ports can handle bigger ships and bigger money. Modern cruise ships have grown massively in size over the years, some now carrying more than 5,000 passengers at once. Because of this, ports may need to continuously expand and upgrade, building deeper docks and larger passenger terminals just to handle these massive ships. Ports that are able to accommodate the newest, largest ships may attract more cruise business, since cruise lines often prefer ports that can handle their biggest vessels without limitations. This means a port's ability to grow and upgrade can directly affect how much cruise traffic and income it receives each year. It's a bit like a stadium upgrading its seating capacity to host bigger events. The bigger the venue, the more events it may be able to attract, and the more overall income it may generate as a result. The long game becoming a required stop. Here's the bigger picture. The most successful cruise ports often aren't just useful. They may become almost essential stops on major cruise routes. Once a port becomes a regular part of a popular cruise itinerary, it may continue receiving steady business for years, simply because cruise lines plan their routes around reliable, well-equipped ports. This long-term relationship can create a stable, repeating source of income for the port, year after year, as the same cruise routes bring similar ships and passengers on a regular schedule. Ports that invest early in strong infrastructure and good relationships with cruise lines may enjoy this steady advantage for decades. So, let's bring it all together simply. A cruise port might look like just a place for ships to stop and passengers to walk through. But behind that simple function, there can be docking fees, passenger fees, shopping rentals, tour partnerships, and sometimes even full ownership by cruise companies themselves, all working together to build a surprisingly large business. Understanding this doesn't mean cruise ports are secretly unfair or overly complicated. It simply means that behind every short stop on a cruise vacation, there may be a much bigger, quieter business story than most passengers ever think about. If this video helped you see cruise ports in a new way, you might enjoy our next video too, where we explore another hidden industry quietly shaping the way we travel. If you found this helpful, a like would really support this channel, and if you'd like more simple breakdowns like this one, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.